What is going on, guys? Chris here and welcome back to another episode of CanChrisSolve. Today we're going to be trying out the WitEden 3x3x9. This is sort of a conventional cuboid, except it is non-proportional, which means these 9 layers have been squashed down so that it fits into the size of a 3x3, and doing so has made it possible to scramble it like a 3x3 as well as scrambling these 9 layers. So that's why we have a cubic puzzle rather than a cuboid. So yeah, that's that. I've managed to solve a 3x3x5 and a 3x3x7 before, so this shouldn't be too difficult, but it might take a little while, so let's just get started. The one thing that's new is that these centerpieces also have, I guess, layers on them, so there's 3 of each on each center, so we need to bear that in mind when we go ahead and solve. So I'm going to solve it like a 3x3 to begin with, so I'm just going to get the cross. Now I don't want to worry about the yellows or whites at this stage, just because they're going to get scrambled anyway when we're solving the rest of the puzzle. We want to make sure that this center is lined up properly, because if it's not, it's going to bandage the puzzle later. And when we do F2L, to my knowledge, I think we want to solve the very middle kind of layer here. So I'll show you what I mean. If we solve it like we're doing F2L, let's see. Okay, that was extremely slow, but we've put in our corner, and this tiny little edge here matches up with the centers, so we'll do that for this piece as well. So this is going to be blue and red. Obviously we want to get it the right way around, which I did not do. So we've matched this piece up here. Then we want to do the next one, which is over here. And then finally this guy. So if we take a look at that very middle layer here, we can see that it's all solved properly, which is great. And then we just want to do OLL. And for the first time ever, I knew the OLL algorithm, which is great. So yeah, we've managed to solve the puzzle like a 3x3, so all the pieces here on top that need to be are on top. So this is completely loosened up this middle layer. And then we also have this very middle slice solved. And from what I've gathered now, we're just going to solve it like a 3x3x2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to be solving 4 3x3x2s now. So let's do that. So obviously the first one is going to be this one. So these 2 layers here. And this should be very simple because it's basically just a cuboid. So let's start then by getting our edges in place. So that's this edge here, this blue edge here, orange is already in place, and then we'll do our green, and then we want to get our corners in place for the first layer. So that's this guy. Let's see. It looks like we have a nasty case of a lot of pieces being in the wrong slot. So we've put in this guy. I guess we want to take this piece out. And we're going to put it over here. So that's in there, and that frees up the final piece, which is this guy. And that it goes down here. So that's the first layer completely solved. We have jumbled this up, but that's just a parity that we don't need to deal with yet. So now we have headlights here, keep that on the left hand side, and we're going to solve these two corners. Just like that. And now, so now we're going to do the edges. And just have these two left, so it's just that should solve everything for us. Perfect. So it looks like we do have a parity here in this very middle slice. It should be an easy fix though. So I'm just gonna do a slice here, move this middle layer, and then slice back. And as you can see, we have our first kind of 3x3x3 in the middle here. That's all good, and that's probably the hardest part because you can't see what you're doing very clearly. So now we just move on to the next one. Let's get this edge down here. We have a green one here. We'll do a swap for the blue one and the orange one. And now we're going to move on to our corners. So this guy's going here. I mean, I think the hardest part of this puzzle is just trying to figure out which pieces are which, because when you start doing algorithms it all jumbles up for you. So this piece is going down here, and this final piece, which is blue and red, is going down here. So as you can see, we've got this first layer solved. We have headlights here, so we're going to hold that on the left and do our algorithm. I mean, if you know how to solve a 2x3x3 or a domino cube, this is quite an easy puzzle. I've not solved one of those in a really long time, so I'm surprised I still remember the algorithms. So just swapping these two now, and that should solve that one for us. Okay, now we have a parity here, which is just 2. So just these two need flipping, so that's a completely different algorithm. I believe it's... There we go. There we go. So now we only have 2 more domino cubes to do. It should be very easy to do these now because we can see everything a lot more clearly. Everything's kind of turning into blocks for us. So there's our edges, which is good. Let's pop the corners in the right slot. So there's our first one. Our second one is going down here. The third one is this going down here. And our last one is right here, and that's going to be this guy. So that's that done. Have a little parity potentially here. We do have headlights, that's these two blues here. Nice and easy. Okay, that's all good then, and this should be a very easy fix now. We just have an opposite corner swap to do. And do we have parity here? Yes we do, but it's a nice one. So we're going to do the flip, move the middle layer, flip again, and that's solved. Perfect. So now the final stage is just doing this one more time to fix the top and bottom, and this is extremely easy because we obviously have the white and yellow to guide us and tell us which pieces are going where. So we know this is going down here because it's white. With all the other pieces we had to kind of guess based on the orientation. So that's all nice and easy. That's our white layer done, and all we have to do now is just solve these last few pieces. So headlights on the left hand side, Kind of surprised we didn't get a corner swap at all, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Okay, there is our pieces, and well, now we just have to do these edges. We do have a parity here, but this algorithm which switches opposite pieces will actually fix that for us, and we're solved. Really, really nice. That didn't take too long at all, just under 10 minutes I think, which I think is a perfect length for a puzzle like this. Maybe it's a tiny bit repetitive because you are solving domino cubes one after the other on top of each other, but I really like that. I'm a huge fan of cuboid puzzles, which is why I'm kind of surprised I haven't done more of them on CanChrisSolve, but there you go, we managed to solve the WitEden 3x3x9 non-proportional cuboid. If you want to buy this puzzle, it's quite an old puzzle, but as you can tell it turns quite well, didn't really have any problems with lockups. You can buy it from Cubes UK, which is where I got it from. Really fantastic store, and you can use my affiliate link for 5% off. So, you know, if you live in or around the UK, definitely check out the link in the description if you're interested in buying this. As always, if you enjoyed this video, remember, give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out and helps get my videos out there. Leave a comment below, let me know what you thought of this video and any suggestions for solving this or future puzzles. And then of course subscribe and you'll be notified every time I make a new video. That is it from me though guys, have a fantastic day and I'll see you next time.